2025 Jizzy Love Hate UK Tour. In a few weeks' time, I get to go back to one of my favorite places, merry old England. Yeah, we sort of speak the same language, but other than that, it's very different from the US. Different culture, different manners, different food, different in so many ways. And I had to learn all those differences the hard way over the years by being corrected 10 million times by the natives. Scotland and Wales are not England. This is a big one. You don't order eggs over easy style in England. In England, eggs are fried. A man can find anything he wants at a Marks and Spencer. A prawn salad is disgusting. The beer is quite strong. The cider, more so. Binge drinking in the UK takes on a whole new set of challenges. If some crazy guy in a parking lot approaches you and wants to fight you, the smart thing to do is to avoid striking him, or you may go to jail too. This happened to me. Taking a ferry to and from Europe or Ireland from the UK might induce you to projectile vomit. Speaking from personal experience, don't eat the fish. These are some of the things I've had to learn the hard way, with legendary hangovers, with fistfights, almost getting deported, enduring thousands of dirty looks from UK folks who you know are just saying to themselves, he's from America, what do you expect? But I do love the UK. Mostly because the UK has always loved my music. They were the first ones to love it, and that love has lasted these 35 years. If I look back through the mists of history, I can remember so many awesome times. Like the first time we went to Liverpool. A couple of fans took us to all those crazy Beatles sites. The Cavern Club, Strawberry Fields, which is really just a little park, Penny Lane. It sounds a little silly, maybe, but we were kids in 1990, and going somewhere different and iconic was still kind of magical. Hanging out in London, the Marquee Club, the Astoria, all gone, unfortunately. Having a small bit of celebrity somewhere in the world for the first time in your life and being able to wield Thor's hammer, just like Led Zeppelin did. All your rock star fantasies coming true. Hanging out at the exclusive St. Moritz, hanging out at the Hammersmith Odeon with the choir boys. They were called the London Choir Boys back then. Radio interviews with Crusher, going to the BBC, doing TV shows. We had Sony record people gushing over us, and PR people and fans taking trains, traveling all over the country to see us at every show. People used to do that. Having a sort of UK residency at the Kensington Park Hotel where we had to stay under assumed names. I had some stupid name like Bolt Upright that I took from the Flintstones. The phone would ring in my room. Excuse me, sir, collect call from the United States for Mr. Upright. So silly. But we were special. We were treated special. We had some fame in the US, to be sure. We were on MTV. We did huge tours over there. But here, on this island, in the UK, we were totally special. Being on the cover of Kerrang or Metal Hammer, totally normal. Being recognized walking down the street, not from exposure on the internet. There was no internet. Just being in the rock magazines and word of mouth. These guys are cool, or these guys put on an amazing show. Because we were different. Just like Jane's Addiction and the Chili Peppers before us, we were different. But we were embraced by the UK because we were different. Where being different was looked at as a strength, not a weakness. All right, sorry to wax nostalgic. So I'm going back in a few weeks, and whenever I post the UK tour dates, I always get this slew of comments like, man, you should come to Chicago, Atlanta, man, or Australia loves you. I don't know that. I don't know if Australia loves me, but I do know that the UK does. I haven't that up yet, but as you know, there's still time. Musicians are getting older. Fans are getting older. How many more anniversaries do we have in us? That's the sad part, I guess. I know how hard it is to keep the fires of rock burning. I can't imagine it's any different for the average rock fan. I guess I love Scotland most of all. I don't know why. We all love Edinburgh. We could live in Edinburgh. We should live in Edinburgh. I love London. I love Blackpool, the drunken carnival on the boardwalk. I love going to the UK because everywhere you go, people are polite. There's no one screaming at you. I love hearing fans say, "You don't know what your music means to me." Sure I do, man. I do. I remember doing our first record store signings in the UK. It was crazy. I remember us waiting outside in a park in London, totally nervous, not knowing what to expect. Visions of the Spinal Tap movie dancing in our heads. What if nobody showed up? Then we got led to this record store, and there was this huge line around the block waiting for us. It was unreal. Then when the record company people saw how popular we were, they worked us like dogs. From then on, it was 3-hour record store signings every day on tour. Do you know how hard it was for me to have to smile like that for 3 hours? My face almost broke. I'd be totally hungover from the night before. All I wanted to do was curl up in a corner and pass out. In a way, today is no different. Having some 7-foot tattooed biker guy grabbing me by the shoulders in a bear hug. "You don't understand what your music means to me." It's heavy because he f***ing means it. He's not f***ing around. And you better appreciate and respect that, because it is a rare thing these days. Most people don't give a shit about anything. So the fact that my little band has survived and even thrived for 35 years is no small achievement indeed. To be able to go to a place that digs your music, that digs you, is an amazing thing. I often talk negatively about the state of the music scene. Oh, here he goes again, another Spotify rant. Yes, there is a lot not to like about the current state of the music business in 2025. It's a lot harder to make a living than it used to be. Clubs are closing, musicians are getting older, many unfortunate realities that you never thought of when you first started doing this in 1990. Sometimes you can't even believe that you're still doing it at this age. Bitching about the current state of rock and roll isn't going to change anything. So what can you do? Surrender to the AI bullshit? Start miming on stage because you can't hit the high notes anymore? I want to keep going, man. And I hope you all want to keep going too, because giving up means growing old. It's admitting that you're growing old, and that's when the arthritis kicks in. That's what happens when you give up on rock. Stop listening, and it slowly fades away like a ship sailing off into the horizon. Bye-bye, youth. One day, in the not-too-distant future, live music won't even be live. Live music will be confined to that TV screen in your little house, in your little 15-minute city, like in the COVID days when we all convinced ourselves that watching bands play live on TV was kind of cool. It wasn't. Don't surrender to the couch. Don't become the couch. And I tell you, they're not really making it easy for us. Concert prices are stupidly out of control. Who can afford it? $14 beers, $100 to park your car. It's ridiculous. $1,000 a ticket to see what's left of the Eagles lip sync on stage. We all should be marching in the streets. No more tapes. No more tapes. Hall without Oates. Bands featuring former members of, well, you fill in the blanks. We all walk a short tightrope in 2025 because it's the future. And what have we learned? People will pay stupid money to see musicians not singing. You might as well stay home. If it's not real, then it's not worthy. People in the UK, I tell you, it's the 35th anniversary of the Blackout in the Red Room record, and you're all going to hear 100% real jizzo. No clotted cream. The best I can do is to sing all these wonderful songs for you, with you as the audience at my side, cheering each other on, keeping the torch alive through thick and thin. And that's all we can do. Joel Bell, jizzo, rockin' and rollin'. See you next time.